We just finished testing the Sea Ray 260 Sundeck. It's powered by the Mercruiser 350 mag, puts out 300 horsepower. I'll tell you what, this is a big boat, big bow deck boat. We got on a plane in 4 seconds, got to 30 miles an hour in 7.5 seconds with a top speed of 43.4 miles an hour. Now what was really interesting is there was very little bow rise to this boat. I could really had a hard time telling it was on plane. And it seemed like we maintained our plane until about 13 miles an hour, but we were able to maintain steerage even below that, which is a really handy trick on big lakes like Lake Lanier in north of Atlanta. It's getting a little rough today, and we were able to slow down. You get in the big chop, you can slow down, maintain steerage, and not beat up your guests. So that's a handy little trick. Let's head back to the dock and check out some of the features. Very little bow rise, I couldn't even hardly tell. Corners beautifully. It's outstanding for a big boat like this. Well, Gary, this is a little bit of all right here. One thing I love about Sea Ray is they've always got the seats so ergonomically perfect, and this is a great example of that.
It is, and it only been a couple of years ago that Sea Ray decided to put some aft-facing seats. While you're lounging, watching the kids play, it really makes a good place to sit and enjoy yourself.
This is very unique. What are some of the other features we have back here?
Of course, the swim ladder is underneath the cover. You open the cover, deploy the ladder, put the cover back down, and then you have a good place to step once you get up. You have a grab handle built into the swim platform. Once you get up on top, you've got the unique Sea Ray non-skid, which has the Sea Ray emblem in it.
Very foot-friendly too, I might add.
Very foot-friendly.
And what else do we have back here?
The seat that I'm sitting on opens to access the storage on the port side, so that if you have something in there you need, you can get it from here and not have to walk into the boat to get it. Also, we have a freshwater wash down, and also the stereo remote that you can operate from the transom or operate from the water if you need to.
That's great.
Also, on the starboard side, you have a cooler. It's part of the walkway, so you don't really have to walk into the boat to get something to drink. You can just get up on the swim platform, get your drink, get back in the water.
That's great. You don't even have to get inside the boat.
Don't even have to get inside the boat.
That's awesome. Let's take a look at the cockpit and see what we have going on. Gary, I know we have a big bimini here. What's this here?
This would be the optional camper enclosure, so that if you like to spend the night on the boat, you can enclose the cockpit, and it has full isinglass with screens, so that you could stay out of the bugs and still get some fresh air and spend the night on board if you like.
Well, that's great. And what do we have here?
Over here you have a wet bar with fresh water, and then below that you have the stereo head unit itself, plus the MP3 plug, plus a cooler, plus some other storage if you wanted to store some other items there.
Well, that's what I love about Sea Ray. I tell you what, every nook and cranny, there's storage everywhere you look. And
should be plenty of storage. The engine access is just one lever here, and the big hatch, as big as heavy as it is on 2 air shocks, so it just comes up almost by itself.
Well, I tell you what, anytime I want to feel weak, I go to some boat manufacturers, I'll lift that hatch, and I don't have quite enough oomph to get it up. Right. It's like, thanks.
This one's pretty easy to open and close.
Well, Gary, on a sporty boat like this, you're probably going to have lots of wakeboards and all kinds of junk that goes along with that stuff. Where would we put it?
Well, you actually have 2 storage areas in the cockpit sole. This one, who opens from the center right here, which is actually lockable. So you can stow your wakeboards, whatever, and then you can lock it and leave it for the night. You don't have to worry about somebody stealing anything from you.
Nice. Well, one thing I love is the mega-sized head compartment you have going on here.
Yeah, it's a manly size head. You could actually make use of it if you're a good-sized guy. It does have an opening hatch. It does have a freshwater sink. And it also has a storage compartment that you can put the necessities for the head in.
Tell me about the helm here.
The helm, as you can see, is chrome, very attractive. Has a very large bezel over it to keep the light from the gauges reflecting in the windshield at night. The helm seats, both helm seats have a flip-up bolster, so that if you want to get a little more height while you're driving the boat, you can. You have another stereo remote right here, so that you don't have to worry about going to the aft to open the stereo and work it from there.
Well, Gary, I'm just going to lounge around while you tell me all the features up here.
Okay. Basically, where you're sitting and where I'm sitting, there are large storage compartments underneath. They're carpeted, so you can put all your gear in there and not worry about fiberglass tearing it or whatever. You have 2 grab handles for the forward passengers, a cooler in the center, speakers, and the forward anchor locker also has a 4-rung ladder that you can extend onto the beach if you pull up on the beach and climb aboard the bow of the boat instead of having to go around the stern of the boat to get on board.
Well, that's great. Gary, thanks a lot for showing me around.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. For more information on the Sea Ray 260 Sundeck and other great boats, go to boatingworld.com. I'm Alan Jones, and we'll see you out on the water.